everybody. Warren Disler along with Jack Keller, and joining us, defensive coordinator Chuck Hawkins for the Castle Knights for Warwick Cable Advertising's last regular home game here at Castle Stadium. Tonight, Chuck, the Mater Dei Wildcats come clear across town to invade Castle Country. Traditionally, always undersized, a lot smaller, but always tough and very gritty.
Right. They hit you pretty hard. They play low on a defensive front. They love to hit you. They've grown up with that concept. They're always going to be undersized, but they run to the football and they tag you just as often as they can.
I know that Mater Dei is always known for their passing prowess. The tall, lanky quarterback. A couple years ago, they had Gable, who set passing records. This Adams kid is a definite threat.
Right. I think his concept is getting his feet or quarterback, is the biggest, tallest kid that's an athlete, probably a baseball player, and having him develop his passing by completing 40, 50 passes every practice, maybe more than that, and throwing 100 times in pregame and doing all kinds of passing in the summer. So Jack here, knowing that his son was a quarterback, knows the value of a quarterback that throws time after time after time, attends camps, and that's the only way to get better at throwing is to do that and do that in a game also.
Well, when you come up against a team where their major threat is via the air, if they can't establish a run, then really the passing threat is slightly diminished.
Right. Well, that's what we hope to do. We want to take the run away, but then they have different runs. Their version of a run is a draw or a screen pass, short screen pass. Then they go to the 5-yard handoff, which is a quick pass, you know. So we hope to take away the run at any level and then also make them pass, and that's what they want to do anyway.
Are they just the opposite of what most football teams would be? They use their pass to set up the run?
Right. Most teams set up the run with, or set up the pass with the run, but, you know, they're like Brigham Young. I think if I'm going to put them at the college level, they're going to throw the ball all over the yard and then run when you drop too many guys.
Jack, you had some questions?
Well, one of the things, Coach, I think Coach Lighty wanted you to do this. He figures you'll probably get a few more gray hairs off of this defense. What changes from Harrison as an example to tonight for you defensively?
Well, defensively, we hope to have our defensive line play a lot lower than they did against Harrison. That was our problem. They rolled us back too much. But we're going to be dropping 7 guys into particular zones. So we'll be playing a 2-deep zone with 5 under zone. We'll play a 2-deep zone with 5 under man, play a 3-deep zone. We've got to give them a lot of different looks because they will find the open hole. They will complete passes. I don't care if we drop 10. They'll complete them. We just got to tackle them.
True. One final question, Coach. The draw sectional, we've drew New Albany. What your feelings on New Albany? What do you know about them?
Well, right now we know their record is 2-4 going into the night, and that they have lost to some pretty good football teams. But week in, week out, they don't play our competition. They're an option team. They have pretty good team speed. We hope to learn a lot more about them in the next couple days, though.
Update on injuries for us?
Well, right now we've got senior Brett Garland that won't play. He would have been a force for us in the defensive front and also in the offensive line. Other than that, I think we're pretty much 100% out of, except for Craig Hoffman, who was a defensive end and offensive lineman as well. Our defensive backs were all healthy.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
Okay, thank you very much.
We're back with tonight's opening kickoff right after this commercial timeout.
Suburban Tire of Newburgh has more than 50 years' experience with certified tire specialists. With the purchase of a new set of tires, you will receive free mount, balance, stems, and even a car phone. We also service all auto repair needs, import and domestic. Look for our monthly coupon in the Warwick Courier for additional savings. All major credit cards accepted, 90 days, same as cash. That's Suburban Tire, conveniently located in the Old Bear Plumbing Building on Highway 66, or call 853-6226.
Well, once again, perfect conditions for high school football. And, Jack, we've been to every game so far out here at Castle, and no rain and always pleasant conditions. And this week is no different than the previous games.
This nice, cool weather. This is a perfect football night, and it looks like they're ready to tee it up and go.
Castle won the tip and elected to receive. Ball will be coming to Weir. He'll run it right up the gut. and gets stopped just across the 30-yard line at the 31, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Castle Knights. Mater Dei, as you look at them, very small, as they are every year, but they like to hit. Across the line, starting for Castle, Knopfsinger and Evers will be wideouts. Jackson, Splittorf, Mason, Mays, and Elmer. Across the line will pick up the backfield after the initial play. Gillis in motion to the near side. Handoff to Saulers. He'll test the right side behind the two sophomores, Mays and Elmer, and he'll pick up a couple, and that's it.
Well, Coach Lighty hoping to control the line of scrimmage here. He's trying to get this thing started off and see if he can control the smaller Mater Dei Wildcats.
In the backfield for the Knights, Gillis at flanker, Merrill at quarterback, Saulers at the fullback position, and Michael Goins at tailback. Out of the I formation, Goins off right side, scoots to the right, gets loose, turns it up, and finally ridden out of bounds after picking up the first down across the 40-yard line.
Michael did a nice job of scraping off there. The hole was closed, but he broke to the outside and was able, with second effort, to get down close to first down. I guess they say he did not get it. They're calling it third down, Warren.
It's going to be third and extremely short. Be interesting to see what the call is for Tom Merrill. I would imagine with about the length of the ball to go, you should see some sort of a power play here. Evers will split out wide to the left. Gillis in the slot to the right. Out of the I formation. Long count. Goins again, right side. More than enough for the 1st and 10.
Michael just lowered his head and went in there behind Patrick Mays and Jeff Elmer and Andy Mason, who has recovered from the injury last week, and a first down for the Castle Knights.
Mater Dei running a 5-man front with Hoppy, Beck, Wunderlich, Gable, and Cox. The 3 linebackers will be McDermott, Seib, and Waniger. The corners will be Shiu and Roberts, and the safety, Kevin Wilson. I formation, Gillis in motion to the weak side. Merrill to pass, left side, Evers. He'll spin around and tripped up. Could have gained about 10 yards more if he would have been able to get by the quarterback. Instead, it goes for a 6-yard gain, make it a 5-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
Kind of an ankle tackle there on Kyle. As you said, Warren, that would have went for a lot bigger gain, but Merrill just swinging it out here to the near side to pick up 5 yards.
Eric Waniger, the cornerback on the tackle there. Ball on the left hash mark. I formation, slot right, wide right. Merrill to Goins, hitting the backfield, falls forward though, and depending upon the spot of the ball, he may have picked up another 1st and 10.
Another good effort by Michael. Showing signs of recovering now, I think more each week, Warren, from that injury that he had. He again didn't have much of a hole, but he made something out of it.
Spot of the ball leaves it about a yard shy, and it'll be 3rd and a long 1. Evers will wind up to the weak side, slot also weak side. Goins will test the left side, picks up the first down. That's their 2nd of the evening on their initial offensive drive.
Michael got a nice block there by Brandon Splittorf. Also Casey Jackson on this side, on the left side, to help opening the hole for the first down.
Brandon Knopfsinger coming into the huddle will bring the play in to Tom Merrill, the big 6'2 senior quarterback. As we'll see all night long, Castle in the I, slot to the right, wide to the right. Fake to the first man through, handoff to Goins, and they didn't catch Mater Dei on that fake. No gain on the play.
As we've seen all season long, Warren, the Mater Dei Wildcats taking a page out of everybody else's defensive playbook, and they're stacking those linebackers right up inside, and we're trying to block 7 people with 5 people. So no gain.
We have not seen Goins go wide on a pure sweep yet. Still testing the middle. He did get wide after bouncing off. They fake the end around, handing off first man through. Goins again up the belly. Nice pickup of about 6 yards. Will make it 3rd and 4.
Michael got an excellent block that time by young sophomore tackle Jeff Elmer as he pancaked the defensive tackle for Mater Dei, which opened that hole up.
Well, they took something from the playbook of Harrison in our last game. That was the play that Harrison ran so successfully against Castle. They must have liked it so well they put it into their own book.
As many times as we saw it, we should know how to run it last week.
Well, the split into a pro set. Fake to Goins, play action. Merrill looking to pass, launches it, and it's intercepted by Mater Dei. Overthrew the intended receiver, Jeremy Solers.
Castle continues to have trouble throwing the football down the field as Tom's was a little bit high that time. He had two receivers out there, chose to go to the long man, had a little pressure, but an interception and stopped the drive.
1st and 10 for the Mater Dei Wildcats. 7:57 remaining in the first quarter. 0-0. Winiger wide to the left. Roberts wide to the right, working out of the I formation. Adams will pass all night long, under pressure, and there's the pressure you like to see. A sack, loss of about 14 yards.
Casey Jackson a little happy on that one, Warren, as we see there on the monitor celebrating as he comes out. Castle's going to do this all night. Coach Hawkins told us at the start of the show they'll show several different fronts to Mr. Adams, and now they're bringing in more defensive backs. He's going to those 7 backs he told us about at the top of the show, Warren.
Coach Hawkins was talking about the flexing zone defenses, but didn't really discuss the amount of pressure they were going to put on Jay Adams. And first offensive play, tons of pressure. Wide left and right. Adams back in the pocket to pass again. Chased out. Hurries the pass. It is complete. Enough for a first down to Tim Roberts.
Back to the original line of scrimmage here, Warren. They had lost 5 yards on the sack. He just got back to the original line of scrimmage.
That's right. Ball advances up to about the 28-yard line, where it'll now be 3rd and 10.
Tim Masterson made that stop as he's in on the play, playing defense tonight. He's 6'2", 190-pound senior, playing that cornerback over there.
Toby Winiger shuttles the play in from Greg Goebel. Mike Gable, the offensive coordinator for Mater Dei. Out of the shotgun. Adams again chased out of the pocket. Throws down intended for Tim Roberts, out of his reach and out of bounds. And that brings up a 4th and 11.
Warren, Castle doing what John Lighty told me he was going to try. This is their what they call the rushing defense. This is their quick set. He's got Rob Dieters. He's running Steve Hampton along with Sowers in there.
Adams back to punt for Mater Dei. Left-footed kicker will be taken by Ware at the 45, out across the 50 into Mater Dei territory. Down to the 45, and Castle picks up good field position on the exchange.
Nice block by Andy Mason downfield as he peeled back and helped pick up an extra yard or two. Castle going with the smallest people on the team in that line defensively, Warren. This is what he's calling his quick rush team, and they wanted to try this tonight because of that size thing that you were talking about early.
6:17 remaining in the first quarter. 0-0. Evers wide to the right. Pitch will come back to Goins. He'll test the left side. First time he's going to run wide. Nice shoestring tackle by the cornerback. Eric Weiniger trips up Goins. Gain of about a yard, and that's it.
That's the second time the young man's moved up to grab someone by the ankle. You know, it doesn't make any difference how big you are. If you grab around the ankles, they come down. 2 nice open field tackles by Mr. Winiger.
Matt Toon will bring the play in from the sideline from John Lighty. Ball resting inside the 45-yard line in Mater Dei territory. Evers will line up wide to the weak side, and they'll try a trap play. Back to the left side. Nice yardage by Solars. He'll churn out about 5 or 6, advancing the ball inside the 40-yard line, where it'll now be 3rd and 4.
That play opened up as a result of a nice trap block by Brandon Splittorf. The senior guard on the left side did a nice job of burying his man to allow Jeremy to pick up some good yardage there.
Of course, to me, the trap play epitomizes football.
Yes.
Same formation as the last play. Double wides to the left. Handoff to Goins behind the 2 sophomore. He'll pick up about 2. He'll be shy of the first down.
Mater Dei with those linebackers up close to the line of scrimmage, expecting that. And Castle's going to have to punt the ball away.
And we're going to see John Gillis punt the ball instead of Michael Goins, who has handled the punting duties all season long. Wobbly kick to the right side. They wave for a
fair catch, and the ball is down inside the 1-yard line. Now let's see whether they wave it into the end zone.
So they carried it into the end zone.
Nice attempt by Castle's special team. Almost had it.
He slid in the grass with it. Couldn't get stopped before he went across the goal line. John Gillis was the punter last year, the entire season. He's been unable to punt this year because of that very tender ankle he's been playing with all season. Apparently the ankle's healing up a little bit, and he doesn't experience pain while he punts now.
It'll be the Wildcats' second possession. Officials want timeout for some reason. Might be something to do with one of the chin straps of the Mater Dei lineman. Here we go. Adams will set him up wide left and right. Be the first running play for Mater Dei as they hand off Brett Seib, the fullback. On a dive play, picks up a couple.
Casey Jackson and Gabe Merrill in on the stop. Good to see Gabe Merrill back tonight. Won't play much offense, I understand, from Coach Leidy, but they hope that he can go quite a ways here this evening on defense.
Jeff McDermott on the last carry for Mater Dei. It's a traditional name at Mater Dei, McDermott. Most likely had a brother that was a quarterback about 3 or 4 years ago. Shuttle pass, and that's going to go for some yardage. Hard to bring down, and a gain of about 8 or 9 on the play. That shall be enough for Mater Dei's first down.
Well, he came off with a counter play then and come across. Castle just didn't tackle very well. They had him at the line of scrimmage, but let him go.
Seib took the pass. It's actually a forward lateral, but it's behind the line of scrimmage, so it's marked down as a pass attempt and completion. High percentage pass very rarely gets intercepted. It's called the Wisconsin shuttle pass. Wide left and right, pitch back, comes to Seib. He'll test the left side and pick up about 2 or 3.
Gabe Merrill again, along with Casey Jackson, up to make the stop. Patrick Mays also over there.
Mater Dei can flip-flop their fullback and tailback between Wilson and Seib. That time Seib running out of the tailback position. As you see Kevin Wilson bring the play in from the Mater Dei sideline.
Castle defensively warns back to Jackson and Mays at tackles. They've got the bigger boys in there now as these two teams continue to outguess each other.
2nd and 8 for Mater Dei. Roberts wide to the right. Handoff. That should be Kevin Wilson. And he'll pick up a couple at best.
Jackson in on the tackle along with Gabe Merrill again. Gabe showing his presence on defense as he returns.
About 2.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. No score by either team. Everything so far has been played between the 40-yard lines, mostly in Mater Dei territory. Going to be featuring the band at halftime tonight. Mater Dei to operate out of the shotgun. 3rd and 5. Adams pump fakes. Goes long, and the ball's knocked loose. Let's see if they consider that incomplete or a fumble.
They're considered as a fumble, Warren. They got it back, but the referee stepped up.
They're going to call it a fumble, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Castle Knights.
No, they recovered it. Mater Dei recovered their own fumble. It's 4th down.
Adams will punt the ball away for Mater Dei. Chris Weir back deep. Low end-over-end kick. Will hit it about the 45-yard line. Takes a Castle bounce. And the ball's down at about the 44-yard line in Castle territory.
Craig
We'll be
Tippett's
back with
almost got
more. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's like Craig Tippett's almost got that block.
We'll be back with more Castle High School football action right after this commercial timeout, brought to you by Warwick County Democratic Team and the Party Palace.
Your Warwick County Democratic team is committed to continued growth for Warwick County, having completed a landfill with a life expectancy of over 75 years, paved 103 miles of county roads in just 3 years, plus acquired, built, and renovated the county annex without taxpayers' money. This November, the choice is clear. Vote for the team that gets the job done. Vote Democrat. The Party Palace is Newburgh's complete party supplies outlet. We offer That's the Party Palace located in the Bustler Complex, Newburgh. For free delivery, call 853-8108.
While we're at break, Jeremy Solers up the middle, no gain, 2nd and 10 facing the Castle Knights. Gillis will be wide to the left, Evers to the right. Pass intended for Matt Toon, out of his reach, goes incomplete.
Matt was open there on the little crossing pattern across from the linebacker side. Tom overthrew him a little bit. He had some open space there.
38 seconds remaining in the first quarter as this game's ticking off extremely quickly. Knopfsinger will bring the instructions into the huddle. 3rd and 10 facing Castle. Evers will line up wide to the left with Gillis in the slot, also left side. Pass play. Merrill heaves it left side. Evers stumbles and falls. Ball was overthrown anyway. And that brings up a 4th down situation with about 33 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Clock stops with the incompletion.
This thing's a little flip-flop from what we thought it would be, Warren. We're seeing Castle throwing the football. We're seeing Mater Dei trying to run the football the last series.
Gillis will kick it. Seib will be back deep. High end-over-end kick taken by Seib across the 30. Up to about the 35-yard line.
Good open field tackle there by Knopfsinger. We've got Jonathan Cobb warming up down here on the side in front of us. We'll see what happens here if John Lighty decides to make a change on quarterback in the next series.
20 seconds to go in the quarter. No score. Wildcats will line up with Roberts wide to the right and Winiger wide left. Adams hands off on the draw play to Kevin Wilson. He'll pick up about 3, and that's about it. That's the end of the first quarter of play here at Castle Stadium. No score on the scoreboard. We'll be back after this commercial timeout, brought to you by Gilkey Chiropractic Clinic and Newburgh Cinema.
These health tips are brought to you by Gilkey Chiropractic Clinic and Dr. Chris Gilkey, a member of the National Athletic Trainers Association.
Regardless of your age or activity level, initially an ankle sprain should be treated with the following manner called RICE.
Rest the injured ankle. Apply ice. Apply compression. And elevate the injured ankle.
If symptoms persist or a fracture is suspected, contact your physician.
Come to Newburgh Cinemas and enjoy quality entertainment that's so close to home. It's the entertainment center in Warwick County. Newburgh Cinemas has been bringing you first-rate movies for over 18 years. Thursday through Monday, adults are just $3.75. Children and senior citizens only $2.50. Tuesday and Wednesday nights, all seats only $2.50, and free refills on a bucket of hot popcorn all the time. Now playing The Last of the Mohicans rated R and Mr. Baseball rated PG-13. For more movie information, call 853-6661.
Well, the score isn't that much of a shock, but the way that both teams have been playing offensively certainly is. We're seeing Mater Dei running more than expected. We're seeing Castle passing more. 0-0 the score as we start the second quarter of action. Adams back in the pocket, now flushed out, going long. He's got Roberts open. He'll underthrow him. Roberts high in the air, and it goes incomplete. Kyle Evers there to break it up.
Kyle Evers had a shot at that one. Adams did a good job of moving out of the pocket that time, Warren. He's pretty mobile for a big boy. He avoided the rush real well. Now, as Castle brings in the small lineup again and the bigger tackles are coming back out, so we're expecting a rush on the quarterback this time.
3rd and about 8. And Roberts, had he kept his motion, would have been 2 steps open. Saab just couldn't heave the ball 60 yards. Roberts, a tall kid. Adams back in the pocket. Intercepted. Here we go the other direction. It's not going to be a long return, but great defense. And that's that flexible zone.
Tim Masterson that time stepped up. A lot of pressure from the little guys up front. This is, a good job Chuck Hawkins doing with these defense, Warren. He's keeping Mater Dei off guard. They don't know what to expect up there from defensive front.
What position was Masterson playing? Was he a linebacker?
He was playing a linebacker back there then. He was one of those 7 backs, I think, that they're using.
1st and 10 for
Jonathan
Castle.
Cobb is in.
At about the 38-yard line, Cobb now at quarterback. Hand off to the end, coming back around. Gets loose, spins off 1 tackle, 2 tackles, finally brought down after about a 5-yard gain.
Salpetre in, the sophomore wingback in making that carry, Warren. First appearance we've seen him tonight.
He had a long run last week.
Yes.
Against Harrison.
Got caught.
One of the bright spots, yeah, but it was what, maybe about a 58-yard run.
But his dad told me that if he gets caught again, and he's sending his sister in for him because she's faster than him.
Cobb will set him up. Gillis wide to the left. And they'll try the same thing to the other side. This time it doesn't work as well. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6.
That was a little mistake there on Tony. Of course, he's just a sophomore. Had he cut back, he had 2 blocks out there in front of him, and Mays and Elmer had set up a nice shield downfield for him, but he was trying to get to the outside, and there was no room there.
Toon will bring the play in. Castle facing another 3rd down situation. Loss of a yard on the last play makes it 3rd and 7. Salpetre in the slot to the right. Evers wide to the left. Cobb pitches back, Goins. Everything stacked against him. Turns the corner, cuts it back the opposite direction, and turns it upfield, dives forward, and gets extremely close to what he needs for the 1st down. I think he's got it.
We got a holding penalty back here against the Knights.
Well, everything will go for naught, as Mater Dei will take the penalty. But Castle will get another shot at it.
Well, Michael did a nice job of running on that one. Showed some quick feet again. That looks good coming off that injury. That's one of the things you worry about with the knee is whether you can still make those cuts. And Michael's showing tonight that he certainly can.
It's the first time this season that I've seen Goins reverse his field.
Quickly. He has that ability.
Well, Mater Dei had it overstacked. They were all in hot pursuit in one direction. And that's where that can be extremely effective. We'll call it 3rd and 22 facing Castle. So we should see some sort of a pass play here. Double wides to the left, single wide to the right, lone back Goins. Another flag flies. This will be a dead ball penalty.
I believe we had movement in the line against Castle.
That'll back him up another 5 yards and make it 3rd and 27. Illegal procedure. Mistakes taking Castle out of this series.
That's a long pass now, Warren.
Need to get the ball down to about the 28-yard line. And as you can see, it's now resting in Castle territory at about the 48. Cobb throws long. He's got Weir. Oh, perfectly placed, but just out of his reach slightly. Goes incomplete, brings up 4th and extremely long. And I would imagine Gillis will punt it away.
Beautiful throw by Jonathan. Good defensive effort there at the last second to get that hand in front of Chris Ware. I don't think he actually deflected the ball, but I think he broke his concentration. But a beautiful pass by the young junior quarterback.
Brett Seib along with David Shue awaiting Gillis's punt. Short end over end. And picked up by Shue on the run. And hard to bring down across the 35-yard line. They'll spot it at the 36, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Mater Dei. With 9:18 remaining until halftime, no score. This game is going very quickly.
But you know what that does, Warren, that pass, even though it was incomplete, that backs up Mater Dei. They're going to have to loosen that front up. Now Jonathan's shown he can throw downfield.
McDermott and Seib will set up in the pro set of the backfield, wide right and left. Crossbuck comes back to Seib. First hit doesn't bring him down. Second one does, but he picks up 5.
He just slipped a tackle there at the line of scrimmage. Castle doing a good job of penetrating. Now they've got the big tackles back in and the smaller guys back at the linebackers.
Pickup of 6, we'll call it. 2nd and 4 facing Mater Dei. Wilson and McDermott, the fullbacks, bringing the plays in. Wilson will line up wide to the right with Roberts wide to the left out of the pro set. Handoff goes to McDermott. He'll pound out a couple more. He'll be shy of what he needs for the first down. It'll be 3rd and short.
Well, getting up off the bottom of the pile there looks like Brandon Splittorf along with Saunders. You know, I like what John Lighty and Chuck Hawkins are doing with this defense, showing this different fronts. You know, that gives a quarterback something to think about when he's coming up the line of scrimmage, not knowing for sure. Also gives the coach over there calling the plays something to think about. Excellent job so far.
3rd and less than a yard, knowing Mike Gable, you may see Adams air it out long here. Take a chance on 4th down. Now they'll play it conservatively, and I don't think they got it.
No.
Handoff was to McDermott on the right side, and I think he loses about a half a yard. Should have listened to me.
Lee Spencer stepped up from his middle linebacker position to make that hit and stopped it short.
Looks like Mater Dei will go for it. 4th down, less than 1. 7:16 remaining until halftime. No score.
Big defensive play here for the Knights. If they stop them and then can turn around and move something in, could be a big emotional lift here.
Roberts will be wide to the right. Wilson wide to the left out of the I formation. And they got Castle to jump off sides. And that gets them the first down.
Little change of cadence there at the line of scrimmage and drew the Knights off. You know, that might have been the design anyhow.
Never know. Right now, you would probably say, yeah, it was. Let's get up there and see if we can draw them off sides. If not, call a timeout and we'll punt it away.
Or even take a penalty 5 yards. It's not that big a deal out here toward the 50-yard line. It worked, whatever it was.
Mater Dei showing some poise in the game so far. Considered underdogs certainly tonight. Shuey will bring the play in as Wildcats break the huddle with Roberts to the left. Adams hands off to Brett Seib. Leaps over 1 tackle and brought down after picking up about 3.
He leaped over Patrick Bays and Brandon Splittorf there. That's a dangerous move if you get caught up there in midair by a linebacker charging up, but he did pick up some good yardage on it.
2nd and long 6 facing Mater Dei. Wide left and right. Adams will pass this time, setting up the screen left side. Seib has to bust through some tackles, does so, picks up the first down.
Mater Dei did a good job of setting up the screen. Castle coming with an all-out rush again from the interior line. Lee Spencer did a good job out here fighting through that block to make that tackle.
With that quick defense that you described, with the smaller downscale players, I would think that both draws and screens would be effective.
Well, they're definitely beginning to pick up on Castle's new front here. Castle playing about 6 people back at all times.
About 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. No score. Slot right, wide left, man in motion. They're going to stack it up on the right-hand side. Officials see something that's wrong. Must be some motion on Mater Dei's part.
Steve Bagby says that's a delay of game.
I didn't think that they took that long in the huddle. They were setting something up there because they had everything stacked over to the right-hand side.
Castle took timeout.
Timeout on the field. 5.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Nothing the score. Somewhat surprising. We'll be back after this commercial timeout, brought to you by Plaza Pharmacy and Century Cable TV.
Thanks very much, and hurry back. Hi, I'm Ken Hacker with Plaza Pharmacy. In the 22 years as a pharmacist in Newburgh, I've learned that service is very important to our patients. That's why, as your pharmacist, we stress service while offering competitive prices.
Other drugstores try to fool you into believing that they always have the lowest prices. But I think you'll find that exceptional service and competitive prices are a standard at Plaza Pharmacy. So the next time you have a healthcare need or require medication, try us. You just might be pleasantly surprised.
Did you know the average family of 4 will spend as much eating out at their favorite restaurant as they would enjoying 2 full months of family entertainment from Century Cable? Of course, we're not asking you to stop eating out, but to consider the tremendous value of subscribing to Century Cable. Call 853-2935.
Still timeout on the field.
Coach Hawkins wanted to talk it over here defensively. I'm still impressed, Warren, with the way Coach Hawkins and Lighty have come up with this defensive scheme. You know, utilizing some spatial team players who've been doing a good job. Steve Hampton and Tim Masterson, a couple of seniors that primarily play special teams that are playing a big part in this defense also.
Prior to the timeout, Mater Dei nabbed on delay of game, makes it 1st and 15. Double slots. Adams, shuttle pass. Oh, almost intercepted. They're not going to rule that as a fumble or a lateral.
They're discussing it, but it's yeah. They finally made the right call.
Goes as an incomplete pass. Make it 2nd and 20. 2nd and 15, rather.
Can't blame the Knights for trying.
Had a weird set that time. They had double slots and wide to the left and one single back.
I'm not sure I've seen that shuttle pass run out of that particular formation. Didn't impress the Knights on that one. Coach Mark Williamson over here to our left called that just prior to that. He said, watch that shuttle pass in this situation.
Well, with 6 defensive backs, you're going to have to almost show a formation that means pass in order to be successful on the run. Here we have it again this time. Man in motion to the right side. They'll stack it up as Adams rolls out. Passes is complete to Kevin Wilson. And he'll pick up about 6 or 7, and that'll make it 3rd, and we'll call it 8.
Casey Jackson and John Gillis up to make the stop. Nice roll that time by Adams, avoiding some pressure and doing a good job throwing the ball downfield.
Under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. No score in the ball game if you're just joining us. 3rd and 8, facing Mater Dei. Ball in Castle territory, resting it at about the 37-yard line. Adams on the delay. There it is. Side on the draw, picks up the first down, placing the ball down inside the 25-yard line at about the 24.
Tim Masterson back there, one of them on the stop. As the draw play, very successful. And again, like you've been saying here, Warren, Mater Dei beginning to take advantage of Castle coming all out. And with the defensive back alignment that they're using here with the draws and the screens and the shuttle passes.
Another first down for Mater Dei. In Castle territory at the 24-yard line. Crossbuck to Wilson. Snuffed out. Loss of a yard.
He didn't fool Tim Mays or John Saunders on that as they pick up a nice tackle on him to bring up a second and at least at 10 and a half.
Play just takes too long to develop, which allows the defensive lineman to smell it out.
That come from my ear, the old crossbuck. That was even before your time.
No, I used to run the crossbuck. First play that I learned was a crossbuck. We didn't run it out of a single wing, though.
Did you have leather helmets?
Pass completed to David Shuey, or Shuey. We're not certain of that. Shuey?
Shuey, I believe, is what...
Shuey?
Shuey, I believe, is what Coach Goebel said.
Well shy of what they need for the first down. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Gabe Merrill back in at the middle linebacker position, come up to stuff that one.
One thing about Mater Dei is the kids have strange last names, but they're always the same year after year after year.
Right.
These families have 10, 11, and 12 kids. Adams passing the left side. Incomplete.
Patrick Mays just totally leveled Adams. He's a little slow getting back up. perfectly timed hit right as he threw the football, so it caused him to throw it a little bit short. So we'll credit Patrick Mays with that one.
When you talk about the names that you see at Mater Dei year after year, we did a Castle girls volleyball game last Tuesday night against Mater Dei, and they had 3 girls on the team named Foles. And you look up at the Mater Dei football rosters, and there are 4 Foles on the football team.
Brother, sisters.
Cousins, yeah. Trips to the left, out of the shotgun. Adams, plenty of time, heaves it downfield, wide open, incomplete. Boy, Castle recovered very quickly on that, and there were 4 blue jerseys around the intended receiver, Jim Fetcher.
Jason Gent did a nice job of coming up to the last second to jar that football loose, or that was 6 points. Adams has got a good arm.
Incompletion, turns the ball over, 1st and 10 to Castle. They'll be operating from about their own 20-yard line.
Mater Dei just keeps coming up with those quarterbacks, don't they?
Like Coach said, they take the tallest kid who's the best athlete and develop him. Wide left, slot right, I formation. Cobb, hands off, Goins, loose in the secondary. One person to beat. Let's see if he gets by him. Yes, but he's going to be brought down from behind, real close to the 50-yard line. Pickup of about 31 yards. Ball now in Mater Dei territory.
That was Eric Weniger making that shoestring tackle again. That's his 3rd ankle tackle tonight on Michael Goins.
Came back from the cornerback position. Safety missed the tackle but slowed him up enough.
Michael may be hurt here. Dr. Chris Gilkey down here looking at him, Warren, on the sidelines where he grabbed that ankle maybe.
Looks like he's favoring his right knee. Pro set this time, slot to the right. Play action, Cobb, intercepted, no. Boy, nothing but daylight. Ahead of Seib. Ball slips through his grip, falls to the ground, goes as an incompletion, and makes it 2nd and 10. 2:23 remaining until halftime.
Ray Hoppy leveled Jonathan Cobb just as he released that ball and almost caused that interception. He wasn't picked up. He came clean from his linebacker position.
Coming up at the end of the game, the Castle player of the game, sponsored by Gilkey Chiropractic. Donation will be made to the area Special Olympics in the player's name by Gilkey Chiropractic. Double wides to the right, single wide to the left. Cobb under pressure, will not be able to get that one off. Loss of about 6 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 16.
When they come out with this double wide flanker, there's no one left to pick up. We don't have a back in there apparently assigned to pick up this end. He just came clean again. Jonathan never had a prayer of getting that one downfield. If we're going to run that play, we got to block this defensive end.
Clock now under 2 minutes. Wide left and right this time. Cobb, not quite as much pressure. Lofts it up, and it's complete. This is 6 points, fans. Touchdown, Castle. I was just about ready to say it looks like we're going to be scoreless at half. That's not the case. About a 38-yard completion on the run.
You just can't throw the ball any better than that.
Tony Salpietra.
Yeah, Salpietra just gathered that one in and made a great run into the end zone, but that was a great pass by Jonathan Cobb. He put that exactly where you have to put it, and the Knights are successful throwing the ball downfield. They're having to call timeout because they're celebrating and somebody forgot to go in to block.
55 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Oh, I'll tell you what the problem is. Goins is hurt, and he normally sets up as a blocking back, so we've got a timeout here.
Timeout on the field, 1:38 remaining in the second quarter. We'll be back after this commercial timeout. Brought to you by Hoosiers for Dick Murdoch and Bayer Plumbing.
Dick Murdoch for Education.
I'm Dick Murdoch. When I heard about Indiana students' low test scores and high dropout rates, I decided to do something about it. That's why I developed a program that rewards good students by providing 1 year's college tuition. And I created a reading program for kids that doesn't require tax dollars. Together, we can make a difference in our kids' lives.
Dick Murdoch for Congress. Dick Murdoch for us.
Need a repair? Call the Bear. Need new plumbing fixtures? Call the Bear. Or stop into our showroom where you'll find nearly 5,000 square feet of plumbing fixtures and repair parts to choose from. And bring the kids. That's right, bring the kids. They'll enjoy our play area while you'll enjoy the ease and comfort of selecting one or more of our quality name products. Come in and see our complete line of Echo water systems designed especially for the Warren County area. Purified water for all your household needs like drinking, bathing, and laundering your family's clothes. Echo water systems at Bayer Plumbing, 7944 Bell Oaks Drive, across from Kmart, or call 853-2305.
Kyle Evers to hold. Chris Ray for the PAT. It's up, and it's good. Castle takes a 7-0 lead with 1:38 remaining. Kind of worried about Kyle Evers last week. Injured, had a shoulder injury. Obviously not substantial enough to keep him out of action this week.
Well, he and Andy Mason both trotting off there together, congratulating each other. Were both down last week, which Andy Mason also a concern in that already depleted offensive line. Andy looks healthy, so does Kyle. But Michael Goins doesn't, Warren.
Castle takes on Memorial, and they are a powerhouse, as we saw in the Jamboree.
You know, Michael may be done for the night. They've taken his knee brace off. It looks like that Dr. Gilkey may have pulled him for the rest of tonight here.
Castle will kick off following their touchdown. As you see Chris Ray and the scoreboard back there, 7-0 if you're just joining us. 1:38 till halftime. Halftime will feature the Castle Marching Band. Seib grabs it at his own 5-yard line. Looks for a cut. That's going to take the ball up to about the 20-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats as they trail in this ball game. 7-0.
That should give the defensive unit for Castle an uplift now as they come in here now, and we'll see what kind of pressure, what Coach Hawkins looked like. He's going with the big lineup again as far as tackles. He's got Gabe Merrill back in at the middle linebacker position.
Not a lot of time to work with. 1.5 minutes.
Castle dropping back into a little deeper than normal with the two safeties.
Looks like they were going to set up with a Hail Mary, trips to the left. Now they'll bring one man back to the slot to the right. Adams comes off to Roberts, and he's smothered. Pickup of about 1.
John Gillis did a great job of smelling that one out and just came right through the blocker and made a stop the receiver right in his tracks.
Clock continues to run as Mater Dei goes into a hurry-up offense. Now they're going to have trips to the left. Shuttle pass, and caught Castle looking the wrong direction, but they'll bring the Mater Dei player down. Enough for a 1st down. Ball will be marked at the 35. And they'll stop the clock at 39 to set the markers.
Defensive confusion that time, I believe, on Castle's part. Warren, they were moving some people in and out, and they don't believe they were really quite ready when they came to the line of scrimmage, and a missed assignment. Craig Tippett's had to come up and make that stop.
Adams calls the play quickly. Again, they'll show trips to the left, one single back. Adams pumps. He'll come left. Roberts got it. He'll need to get out of bounds, and does so. Ridden out about the 47-yard line, stopping the clock with 21 seconds to go.
Forcefully ridden out by John Gillis along with Jason Gent. But another 1st down.
Well, if Adams could advance the ball maybe another 10 or 15 yards up the field with a quick pass play and get out of bounds, he can heave it into the end zone from that point. Right now, I don't think he has the arm to do it.
No, that'd be about a 70-yard pass, 65 anyhow.
1st and 10, ball in Mater Dei territory at about the 48-yard line. Double wide to the left, shotgun. Adams, plenty of time, comes over left side. That was Toby Winiger, ridden out of bounds. Late flag, might have been a late hit.
Well, they're saying that, yeah, that we hit him out of bounds.
Going to tack on 15 yards, and that's going to set up a Hail Mary attempt.
That was a cheap call, quite frankly, the way it was set up. Or they both were going. He was trying to get out of bounds. Castle, Rob Dieters had a good tackle on him, and then he was backed up by one of the other Castle players, and that really maybe was a little bit of a cheap call there.
See that called when the activity goes into the offensive team's bench area. If it happened on the other side of the field, you very rarely see it. That'll advance the ball up to about the 32-yard line. So a heave of about 38 to 40 yards is all that Adams needs. They'll spread him out all over the field. Adams, under heavy pressure, rolling out, throws the ball. It's complete. Nope, they're going to say incomplete. Stopping the clock with 11 seconds.
We had a good view on that one. Both his feet were out of bounds that time. Good coverage over here. Again, Steve Hampton in there helping along with Jason Gent. We have a timeout, Mater Dei.
11 seconds to go. We'll be back with more high school football action right after this commercial timeout. Brought to you by Snyder's Body Shop, Warwick County Democratic Team, and Gilkey Chiropractic Clinic.
It was just a fender bender. Minor, right? But I don't know the first thing about cars. Now all I want is to get it fixed right.
Now there's a way. Just look for this, the sign of an iCar Gold Class Professional. It means that the collision repair shop and the insurance claims office keep up with the latest repair technology through ongoing training. The iCar Gold Class, a sign you can trust for auto collision repair.
The Warwick County Democratic Team has much to be proud of. The renovated Chandler Park site, 103 miles of repaved county roads, and substantial economic development, including the Deaconess Gateway Health Center. This November, help us continue to improve our quality of life. Vote for the team that gets the job done. Vote Democrat. These health tips are brought to you by Gilkey Chiropractic Clinic and Dr. Chris Gilkey, a member of the National Athletic Trainers Association.
To relieve sudden lower back discomfort, try lying on a padded floor or similar surface with neck supported with a small pillow. Place another pillow under your knees. Keep your hips tilted backwards and your back against the floor. Hold this position for 5 to 10 minutes. If discomfort is persistent, contact your physician.
These and more health tips are brought to you by Gilkey Chiropractic Clinic.
11 seconds to go. Mater Dei once again out of the shotgun. Adams, all the time, heaves it downfield. Roberts got it. Nice catch out of bounds. 5 seconds to go. And that ball is now resting on the 20-yard line. And now Adams doesn't have to deal with the Hail Mary. He doesn't have to heave it. He can throw a bullet right into the end zone.
That was just a good offensive catch by the receiver, Roberts, on that. We had the ball covered well, but that was good. That's even better than the pros. The way he came down with that one.
Castle wants timeout to talk about it. They got to set up the defensive backfield here. Make sure that their coverage is appropriate to keep from allowing Mater Dei to tie this up before halftime. 5 seconds, really, the only option is one play here. They might be able to get a pass off and still have a second left, but seriously doubt it.
Jeremy Johnson going in to the defensive lineup for the Castle Knights. He's listed as a 6'6", 210-pound sophomore. Get somebody with that tall hand, long arm.
Mater Dei is going to go for a field goal.
You're right. You're right.
Matt Craig putting the tee at about the 28-yard line. That's going to be a 38-yard field goal attempt for Matt Craig. Again, this might be a ploy to try and draw Castle off sides and march the ball up another 5 yards to give Adams a closer attempt at throwing a touchdown pass. But at this point, allowing Mater Dei to score before halftime is a victory for the Wildcats. Adams to hold.
Yeah, this could be a fake, too, with him holding.
See what happens. No, it's a legitimate attempt. It's going to be short by about 10 yards. So that's the end of the first half of action with the Castle Knights on a 55-yard pass play, leading this game 7-0. We'll be back to feature the marching Castle Knight High School Band after this commercial timeout, brought to you by Newburgh Cinema and the Shirt Wagon.
Come to Newburgh Cinemas and enjoy quality entertainment that's so close to home. It's the entertainment center in Warwick County. Newburgh Cinemas has been bringing you first-rate movies for over 18 years. Thursday through Monday, adults are just $3.75. Children and senior citizens only $2.50. Tuesday and Wednesday nights, all seats only $2.50, and free refills on a bucket of hot popcorn all the time. Now playing The Last of the Mohicans rated R and Mr. Baseball rated PG-13. For more movie information, call 853-6661. The Shirt Wagon is your full-service t-shirt and sweatshirt shop, offering screen printing, spin art t-shirts, 400 different transfers, first quality apparel, custom lettering, photo transfers, airbrushing, and even trolls, plus much, much more. So if you're buying a gift for one or outfitting the entire team, see us at the Shirt Wagon in Washington Square Mall, right next to the food court, or call us at 477-6670.
You know, we've gotten so many requests from people calling Warwick Cable Advertising saying, hey, feature the band. That's exactly what we're going to do tonight. We're going to bring you as much of the halftime entertainment as possible prior to the kickoff starting the third quarter. So here is the Castle Marching Knights. No less than a standing ovation for the Marching Knights of Castle High School. And now for the stats from the first half. Jack, I think you've got those.
Yeah, we have the stats here now. Warren, for the Mater Dei Wildcats, they've attempted 13 running plays, good for 27 yards. They've attempted 16 passes. They've completed 8 of them. They've had 1 intercepted for 70 yards, giving them a total of 97 yards in the first half. First downs, they have 2 by running, 3 by the pass, and 1 by penalty for a total of 6 first downs. For the Castle Knights, who are leading 7-0, they've attempted 15 running plays for 59 yards. They've attempted 7 passes. They've completed 2. They've had 1 intercepted for 60 yards and a grand total of 119 yards. First downs, 3 by running, 1 by the pass for a total of 4. So the Castle Knights leading here 7-0. Overall, Warren, statistics fairly close, though, as far as total yards are concerned. We pointed out a little bit of differences here as far as passing, especially the Castle Knights. Almost an even number, 59 yards on the ground, 60 yards by the air, which is very unusual for the Castle Knights.
And 55 of that 60 was 1 completion for the touchdown.
Right.
So the other yardage via air was only 5 yards total.
I think that Coach Hawkins' defense is doing an admirable job. They've held Adams to 50% and intercepted him 1 time and only 70 yards here. And I think the young man had, 27 for 31 last week against Sullivan for almost 300 yards, I believe.
That's what I understand. We'll be back with kickoff to start the 3rd quarter after this commercial timeout, brought to you by Warwick Cable Advertising and Hoosiers for Dick Murdoch.
Dick Murdoch for Education.
I'm Dick Murdoch. When I heard about Indiana students' low test scores and high dropout rates, I decided to do something about it. That's why I developed a program that rewards good students by providing 1 year's college tuition. And I created a reading program for kids that doesn't require tax dollars. Together, we can make a difference in our kids' lives.
Dick Murdoch for Congress. Dick Murdoch for us.
Well, somewhere in that mass of Castle Knights players is Tony Salpetra, who was on, there he is, number 39, who was on the receiving end of a Jonathan Cobb 55-yard pass play, making the score 7-0. And that's where we stand right now as Castle gets ready to kick off to start the second half of action.
Looks like, Warren, that Michael Goins down here stretching right in front of us. He's got his knee brace back in place. Maybe we're going to see Michael again here in the second half. I certainly hope so, or certainly hope anyway that he's not injured bad, because they certainly need him for Memorial and then New Albany coming up the next week in the sectional playoff.
Brett Seib will be back deep, along with Kevin Wilson and David Shield, awaiting Chris Ray's kickoff. Be taken by Seib, almost fumbled at the 10, out across the 20 to the 25, and pulls his way forward to the 30-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Mater Dei as they trail 7-0.
Well, down for the stop was Kevin Reese, 5'9", 145-pound senior, along with Rob Dieters and Steve Hampton.
Mater Dei changing the play, obviously, as Adams comes in after a delay on the sideline. They'll line up in the pro set, wide left and right. Something doesn't look right there. No flags, though. Adams passes to Seib. Intercepted. Yes. Solars. Gillis make that. Something didn't look right from the snap, but there were no flags. And Adams started to roll out, overthrew his intended receiver.
John Gillis would have been able to keep his feet. That was 6 points. There was nothing but green grass, but an outstanding defensive job by John. A lot of pressure on the quarterback.
High formation. Gillis right up the gut.
Goins. Michael Goins is back.
Goins make that. Pickup of about 4. Make it 2nd and 6. Jonathan Cobb also starting the second half at the quarterback position for Castle.
Michael's still limping just a little bit, Warren, going back to the huddle. I hope it's just stiffness where he sat down there in this cooler temperature this evening.
There you see the Mater Dei defense. Not big by what other high schools put out on the field. Second man, Goins, gets loose on the left side, turns the corner. He should get in. No, they're going to call him out at the 10. Official was right on it. We can't second guess him. He was right there.
Well, that's the official's place over there. As you say, he was right on top of it, so it's hard to second guess. But again, a nice run by Michael. He turned up, turned in, saw nothing, went to the veer to the outside, and just scampered down the sidelines. That knee didn't look too bad on that play.
23-yard pickup. Can't see where they have the first down marker. I would assume it would be 1st and goal. Yeah, they're going to pull it away from the goal line. 1st and goal for Castle. Sometimes you're better off to have a couple of yards to go.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he gets it on the second attempt. Goins, 10-yard scamper, making it 13-0.
Don't believe the injury's a factor right now. That did some nice cutting there both ways. Good shifty job of running there.
Again, the two sophomores on the right-hand side blasted a gigantic hole. That play started right, and then he cut it back to the left. Chris Ray attempting to make this 14-zip. Evers to hold. Good snap. Kick, it's up. And it's good. 10:25 to go in the third quarter. Castle up 14-0. We'll be back after this commercial timeout, brought to you by Plaza Pharmacy and Suburban Tire.
Thanks very much, and hurry back. Hi, I'm Ken Hacker with Plaza Pharmacy. In the 22 years as a pharmacist in Newburgh, I've learned that service is very important to our patients. That's why, as your pharmacist, we stress service while offering competitive prices. Other drugstores try to fool you into believing that they always have the lowest prices. But I think you'll find that exceptional service and competitive prices are a standard at Plaza Pharmacy. So the next time you have a healthcare need or require medication, try us. You just might be pleasantly surprised.
Suburban Tire of Newburgh has more than 50 years experience with certified tire specialists. With the purchase of a new set of tires, you will receive free mount, balance, stems, and even a car phone. We also service all auto repair needs, import and domestic. Look for our monthly coupon in the Warwick Courier for additional savings. All major credit cards accepted, 90 days, same as cash. That's Suburban Tire, conveniently located in the Old Bear Plumbing Building on Highway 66, or call 853-6226.
Just seems like moments ago we were watching this. Yogi Berra would say deja vu all over again. Kick goes out of bounds. Flag flies. Now they have an option here. Taking the ball at the 30 or backing them up and re-kicking. I would think the Mater Dei would take the place.
The option will be, Warren, they can either have it on the 35, where it went out on the 30, or kick it over. Obviously, they'll take it on the 35.
It's where they'll place the ball. That'll be 1st and 10 for Mater Dei from their own 35-yard line. Not bad field possession. Very critical possession for Mater Dei to keep from folding in this game. 14 points down. They get on the board now. They're right back in it again. Turnover, that's been the key to the games tonight. Trips to the left. Fake the pitch on a counter to Seib, and he'll go nowhere with that. Play just took too long to develop. Pickup of about a yard, and that's it.
Patrick Mays flew across the line of scrimmage, held his distance, and was there to turn him in and help make the tackle. Good defensive job. We're getting penetration now, Warren, off this defensive line. They're beginning to come across that line of scrimmage like Coach Hawkins has been wanting them to all season.
Under 10 minutes remaining now in the third quarter, as Castle scored very quickly after a one-play possession by Mater Dei. Interception. Long pass. Roberts has got it. He could go all the way. Drugged down from behind at the 20-yard line. We saw that in the first half. Early in the first half, Roberts streaking by the defenders, getting open. But in the first half, Adams underthrew the play. This time, put the ball on the numbers.
Well, Castle had 3 people back there defensively. Just a poor job defensively, actually, on the part of the Knights, as they let him get behind him. And Roberts is 6'2", and he's going against the tallest of those defenders back there at about 5'10". So they're going to have to get someone behind him.
48-yard reception. Roberts, I believe, is a 3-year letterman. Started as a sophomore. Contact by the Castle defense.
They're saying that Mater Dei pulled him off. No, Bagby doesn't agree with
it. Well, they
them.
will always say that.
Yeah. Well, it's worth a try.
Yeah. Brandon Splittorff jumping offside. Right across the line from right guard Ray Hape.
We have a score from the Harrison Memorial game. Harrison 21, Memorial 13.
That doesn't surprise me after seeing Harrison play. Keeper by Adams. I don't know whether that was a design play or whether they're going to try to go to the option here. Veer turns it up for about a 5-yard gain.
Whether it was designed, broken, or whatever, it was successful on that keeper. That score we just heard with the Harrison Memorial, like you say, after we watched Harrison last week. You know, John Lighty commented to me Monday night that Harrison may very well be playing the best ball in town right now, what he's seen.
Several years ago, when Harrison won the sectionals and the regionals and went to the semi-state, if I remember right, they started off with, I think, 3 straight losses that season. Adams smothered, loss of 8.
Casey Jackson, Rob Dieter's back there applying the pressure to sack him, and yes, you're right on that, on the Harrison. As a matter of fact, that year, I think Castle beat them something like 49-7 during the regular season. And then Harrison came back out here and started their sectional journey here in Castle Stadium, upsetting the Knights.
Maybe it's smart to play it that way. It's been that way for basketball. It doesn't matter what you do in the regular season. It's what you do in the sectionals and that point on.
That's right.
Wide left and right I formation. Adams, Saib on the draw. He'll pick up a couple, and that's it.
Nice defensive job by Casey Jackson over there. Being held a little bit, too, it looked like, around the ankles, but he shut off the blocker and made a nice tackle there. He wasn't fooled.
With the sack and the short gainer there, Mater Dei facing about 3rd and, I don't know, looks like about 17, 18, maybe 19 yards. 16, they say, on the scoreboard. Out of the shotgun, 2 back, pump, gonna go long, got Shuey, touchdown, Mater Dei. Boy, they're right back in it now.
Well, there again, we're letting them get behind us with those taller receivers. Just poor defense on the Castle secondary here this second half, and as you say, Mater Dei's right back in this thing now.
Well, 6 defensive backs, but are susceptible to deep patterns. Score comes with 7:33 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 14-6 the score now. Matt Craig awaiting the PAT. Officials throw flag. Somebody lining up in the zone there. Half the distance. Well, Mater Dei doesn't have to go for 2 here. They don't change the spot on the ball. It'll just be a longer snap because they practice as fake. They're going to go for 2. Adams throws back left side. Nobody there. Kind of a broken play. That makes it 14-6, 7:33 to go in the 3rd. They'll be back with the Mater Dei kickoff after this commercial timeout, brought to you by Plaza Pharmacy and Suburban Tire.
I'm Shannon Whiteside. I'd like to be your next Warwick County Recorder. I will make the office of Warwick County Recorder run in a prompt, friendly, and efficient manner. With Warwick County being one of your fastest growing counties in Indiana, it is important to maintain accurate records. You're somewhat a historian. You're not only maintaining records for your children, but for generations to follow. I'm the person to bring a new face, new ideas to the Warwick County Courthouse.
Vote Shannon Wysite.
What you got is the where out across the yard line. 5-3. Boys, he'll there.
Definitely Division I AA. Somebody like Murray or Middle Tennessee, Western Kentucky, someone like that.
Officials gave Goins time to put his shoe back on as they start the clock. So Castle does not have to rush to get the play off. Evers wide to the left. Salpetra in the slot to the left side. Cobb at quarterback. Handoff Salpetra. This time cuts it up. Last time he didn't do that and falls forward. Gain of about 8 on the play.
An old thing called experience. Now Tony's run that play. He came back this time. He went to the shield block that he had up field and picked up about 8 yards on the play. That's just experience. He's a sophomore. He's just going to do nothing but get better.
Brings a lot more speed into the backfield when he's in there as well.
Has good quick feet and good hands, obviously, as we've seen a couple times.
Solers and Goins in the I formation. Goins again off the right side. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but falls forward about 2 or 3 yards, enough for another 1st and 10.
Michael continued. Good.
Inside the 45.
Michael continuing to run hard here. But he's continuing to worry me every time when he gets up with that limp.
Must have been diagnosed as just a bruise, or else they probably would have pulled him out. Evers wide to the left. Salpetra in the slot to the left. Solars this time to keep them honest. Pickup of about 4 inside the 40-yard line down to about the 39.
Good play. A little quick opener inside there. Linebackers coming after Goins, and just the direct handoff. Jonathan doing a good job of handing the ball off there and doing some faking.
Castle on the verge of putting together a nice controlled drive here. Goins gets it this time. Again to the right, up to the 35-yard line. Another shoestring tackle. We'll make it 3rd and about 2.
Michael that time didn't have much of a hole, but he made the most of what he could get there with what he had.
You see the markers over there. They need to get halfway in between the 30 and 35-yard line. Nose of the ball just resting on the 35. So they need about 2.5 yards here. Evers wide to the left. Goins, stutter step, carries him across the point he needs to pick up the 1st down. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
Depends on the spot, I think. They moved that back a little bit, Warren. I don't know.
They've been doing that all night.
Yeah, I know. They're looking at it. I think they're going to call for the chains. This, of course, we're in 4-down territory regardless, but you'd certainly like to pick it up and start with the 1st and 10 instead of 4th and a foot. Jonathan Cobb doing a good job of running his ball club, gaining the experience and poise as he goes along here.
They'll stretch the chain out here. They've got it by the nose. Another 1st and 10 for Castle. Eating up some clock here, too, which is important. 4:04 remaining in the 3rd.
John Lighty able to do now in the second half what he told us up front that he wanted to be able to do. Try to control the ball, keep it in his offense's hands, and keep the Mater Dei passing attack off the field.
1st and 10 from the Mater Dei 32-yard line. Salpetra, this time, they showed it twice. It worked once, and has now failed. Loss of about 5 on the play.
Mater Dei bringing that corner back up that time, Warren, to meet him. They smelled that one out, and he came. He just came unattached, and big loss.
Would set up an interesting play action if the cornerback is going to be keen on Salpetre coming back from the strong side. You might be able to streak somebody wide open down the right side. Throws into heavy coverage, and we're going to have an interference call. Looks like they grabbed the face mask of Salpetre. Should go against Mater Dei.
What are they? Still haven't seen a signal. It's against Mater Dei.
They had triple coverage there. It looked like somebody grabbed his face mask inadvertently, but still, he was on a pattern.
Well, that's 15 yards in high school football from the line of scrimmage, so that's going to be close to the first down, Warren. A little bit of an ill-advised pass on that one with Jonathan. He threw into coverage there.
Ball placed at the 25. And that is enough for the first down. Goins, right side, almost shook loose. Picks up a couple.
Again, tackled around the ankles, or he would have been gone.
Ball at the 22-yard line.
Michael having a little conversation there with one of the officials. I don't know whether they're twisting his ankle or what.
Second and 8. Now they're going to call another play. Evers will bring it in.
Must be an equipment problem there with one of the Mater Dei people.
We'll make that 2nd and 7. Facing Castle. Salpetre will line up wide to the left and Evers wide to the right. Castle may air it out here. They'll give it to Goins and brought down. Across the 20. Pickup of 2 will be 3rd and long.
We don't have a 14 there that grabbed Michael's jersey to slow him down. We don't have him listed on there, but he certainly saved the day for Mater Dei on that play.
3rd and 5 now. In 4-down territory, so Castle doesn't necessarily have to put it in the air here. Receivers will flip-flop with Salpetre to the right side and Evers to the left. Goins off right tackle. He's got the first down. Dives across the 15-yard line down to about the 14.
Nice move. Good block over by Jeff Elmer as he's a little bit gimpy coming back to the huddle. Also, Jeremy Sowers leading block there that sprung Michael. As Michael continues to adjust on his knee. Looks like his knee brace is falling down.
1st and 10 from about the 14. Castle can pick up another first down by getting the ball inside the 4-yard line. Now we have timeout on the field called by the Castle Knights. We'll be back with more third quarter action with 1:28 remaining. Castle on top 14-6 and on the move after this commercial timeout brought to you by Warwick County Democratic Team and Century Cable.
The Warwick County Democratic Team has much to be proud of. The renovated Chandler Park site, 103 miles of repaved county roads, and substantial economic development, including the Deaconess Gateway Health Center. This November, help us continue to improve our quality of life. Vote for the team that gets the job done. Vote Democrat.
There you see the Castle cheerleaders. The crowd on hand. Gloves, it's getting a little chilly out here tonight.
Them short skirts are probably getting a little chilly too.
One reason I'm glad I'm a guy.
Right. And up here in this booth, too.
Minute 28 remaining in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the Mater Dei 14. Castle on the move, eating up a lot of time. Handoff, first man through on the option. Sollers down inside the 10 to about the 8. Pick up a 5.
Good blocking out there in front of him by Andy Mason and Matt Toon as Jeremy ran hard on that one.
2nd and 5 now.
2nd and 5.
Cobb at quarterback now for all of the second half, plus a good portion of the first half as well. Sollers, second straight carry for him. Down close to the 5 at the 6. Need to get to the 4 for the first down. And it'll be 3rd and 3.
Good blocking again, going in there behind those sophomores, and Andy Mason, Patrick Mays, and Jeff Elmer doing a good job of moving them out. Sowers running hard.
This will probably be the last play of the third quarter. Salpetra to the right, Evers to the left. Second man through on the right side.
Craig Tibbetts, he didn't get it.
Going to be about a yard and a half shy. So this is a crucial situation.
Now they need this one bad. Looks like McGoyne's getting, well, that's the end of the quarter.
End of the third quarter. Castle on top, 14-6. We'll be back with the last quarter of act. And Snyder's Body Shop.
Dick Murdoch for education.
I'm Dick Murdoch. When I heard about Indiana students' low test scores and high dropout rates, I decided to do something about it. That's why I developed a program that rewards good students by providing 1 year's college tuition. And I created a reading program for kids that doesn't require tax dollars. Together, we can make a difference in our kids' lives.
Dick Murdoch for Congress. Dick Murdoch for us.
It was just a fender bender. Minor, right? But I don't know the first thing about cars. Now all I want is to get it fixed right.
Now there's a way. Just look for this, the sign of an iCar Gold Class Professional. It means that the collision repair shop and the insurance claims office keep up with the latest repair technology through ongoing training. The iCar Gold Class, a sign you can trust for auto collision repair.
Okay, Jack, let me see. This game started at 10:30 here on Channel 23, Warwick Cable. And so the Pittsburgh-Atlanta game is over. Do you want to give the final score?
What was it?
Still going on. 12 more minutes to go. Castle with the 8-point lead, 14-6 currently, and knocking on the door. But this is a critical situation. 4th and about a yard and a half to go. Goins back in. Looks like he's got it.
Oh.
Well, let's see where they spot the ball.
Officials are not. Depends on that spot again, Warren. As you said, we've not been. Yeah, they said it is.
I was going to say he was lying down around the 2-yard line. 1st and goal now.
Michael just lowered his head and followed the two big sophomores right up through there. He was just out for an equipment problem. They were trying to get that knee brace to adjust. Not an injury that time that he was out for.
Ball at about the 2.5-yard line where it's goal to go. First down for Castle. Evers wide to the left. Slot to the left in tight. Goins tripped up. It's going to be close down to about the 1-yard line.
Again, that ankle tackle saved a touchdown. Mater Dei does a good job at going down there at the ankles. They give poor Michael's legs a workout tonight.
They're not big enough to hit him at the hips. They really aren't. I mean, they would just be pushed back, and which would cause a lot of missed tackles, a lot of hand tackles. So they're tripping them up. It's a smart way to run your defense.
The Knights need this one, Warren.
2nd and goal to go from the 1-yard line. Wonder who's going to get the ball. Touchdown, Goins, at the 10:49 mark of the fourth quarter.
Michael just refusing to be denied that time as he just lowered his head and bulled his way in. Very strong legs Michael has, and Castle needed that one desperately here to get the momentum back and keep this thing a little bit out of reach. Jonathan Cobb engineered a nice drive that time, I thought.
74-yard drive. Lost track of how many plays, but there were a bunch there.
A lot of time off that clock. Very important.
20-6. Chris Ray trying to make it 21-6. The snap, the place to kick. It's up. And it's no good. Wide to the left.
Snap just a little bit high. Kyle had to reach up there, and I think it disturbed Chris's timing on that one.
2 weeks, Castle will be hosting the first round of the sectionals, New Albany. New Albany, I think, has a very similar record to Castle. I think they've won, 3 or 4 ball games?
No, they're 2-4, just like we are going into this game. I'm not sure who they play. New Albany and Old Nimbus to us in the sectionals back to the year of '84. They upset us by 2 points to kick out the '84 team. So this is kind of a renewal of a long-time rivalry.
Trying to recall, did Harrison open up against New Albany? Or was that Jeffersonville?
No, that was Jeffersonville.
Okay, Jeffersonville beat Harrison.
And they have to go against them again, Warren, so they're going to find out how much improvement that they do have. But this time I believe the Harrison Warriors get them at home, if I recall right in the paper.
And then if Castle were to win their opening sectional game, then they would take on the winner of the central game.
I believe that's correct.
Kick fielded on one hop by Shuey. We're not certain. Up to the 30-yard line where the Wildcats will take over. 1st and 10.
Castle going back in with the larger tackles. Six defensive backs, it looks like.
Adams has shown a proponency to be able to hit long passes. In order to do that, he has to have enough time, and he's getting it. Pitch back, side, left side. Gains a couple.
Coach Hawkins looks like is backing up his defensive safety back here now. Chris Ware and Kyle Evers playing a little deeper to maybe hopefully to prevent that long pass.
Mater Dei going quick offense, play action over the center, and it's caught. Hit a ton. Whoa.
Rob Dieters. Rob will smack you. He smacks you with all 160 pounds that he owns.
Pickup of about 6, shy of the first down by about a yard. That's 3rd and 1. Another perfect opportunity for play action for Mater Dei here and to go long. Wilson wide to the right, Roberts wide to the left. They're going to run the pitch out. Back to Seib. He's got the first down. Falls across the 45-yard line. And they'll spot it shy of the 45, though, and bring it back about a yard.
Gabe Merrill came over from his linebacker position. Cornerback didn't get up there quite quick enough. Aided on the stop, but not before he does pick up the first down. A lot of time left for a team like Mater Dei.
They've only showed the veer one other time in the game so far, and that was a keeper by Adams. Adams back in the pocket. There's the shuttle pass. And Castle must have gone to school with that at halftime.
Steve Hampton. I'd say Steve, somebody told Steve where that to look for that one. Now Mater Dei going without a huddle here, Warren.
Loss of 4 on the play, 2nd and 14. Got to wait for Seib to get off the field. Adams, he's going to go long. Got Roberts there. Almost intercepted. All flags on the play. I did not see any contact whatsoever.
Well, they're pointing at Castle, either John Gillis or Kyle Evers, and I'm like you. Jason Gent was the one that was going for the football, and that's all he was doing was going for the football. That was kind of a late flag, too. I don't know about that one.
We'd call that incidental contact.
Yeah.
But the officials see it otherwise, and they'll mark off 15 yards. You see the hometown fans don't like it.
Fans weren't too thrilled with that one.
Touchdown
Mater Dei being able to pick up a lot of yardage on long pass attempts. Not through completions, but through interference calls. Wide right and left, out of the shotgun. Adams, pump fake, steps up in the pocket, heaves it a mile. He's got Roberts there. He's got it down inside the 10, inside the 5, thrown out of bounds.
Jason Ginn in on the tackle, but he let Roberts get behind him again, and they just continue to go to Roberts, the big tall end. We've got to, I think, going to have to come back with some help from the free safety over there, Warren, in order to double cover this Roberts or something.
Officials will put the ball right at the 5-yard line, about a ball's length shy, where it'll be first and goal to go. Out of the power eye for the first time, 2 tight ends. Seib bowls his way down inside the 2-yard line. Pickup of about 3. Will be second and goal from that point.
Casey Jackson, Lee Spencer in on the stop.
Well, they're not going to go with the quick offense now that they're down inside the 5-yard line.
They don't want to make any mistakes there. They want to make sure everybody knows that they're all on the same play or page in the playbook.
Power eye, Seib stops shy of the goal line. He'll pick up about 1, and it'll be third and goal to go from the 1.
Side the ball carrier.
20-6 the score, 7:50 remaining in the ball game.
It's getting close down there now, Warren.
They get the touchdown, they go for 2. Makes it 20-14, a touchdown and an extra point wins it.
A lot of time.
Power eye once again. Seib, third straight time, he's in. Last time Mater Dei scored, they tried the 2-point conversion from a set for the PAT.
Might expect them this time to line up with a conventional set and not try the fake off of the field. That's what he's going to do. Well, I don't know. It looks like
no. You can just go for 1 here because you have a choice. The next time you score, then you're forced to go for 2.
Then you can go whatever you want to.
And a lot of things can happen in 7.5 minutes.
A lot of time with that passing quarterback.
Could fake it again, but I doubt it. Kick is up. No good. Off to the right, and that was very critical.
Yeah, that's a
7.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. 20-12 the score. I'll be back with the Mater Dei kickoff after this commercial timeout.
I'm Shannon Whiteside. I'd like to be your next Warwick County Recorder. I will make the office of Warwick County Recorder run in a prompt, friendly, and efficient manner. With Warwick County being one of your fastest growing counties in Indiana, it is important to maintain accurate records. You're somewhat a historian. You're not only maintaining records for your children, but for generations to follow. I'm the person to bring a new face, new ideas to the Warwick County Courthouse.
Vote Shannon Whiteside. Have you always wanted a soothing spa but no place to put one? Well, Leisure Living has the solution. For the price of a spa, Leisure Living can build you a beautiful all-weather deck with a spa. That's right, for a limited time only, you can get a 6-person lakeside spa by Down East and a 12x12 treated deck with handrails trimmed in lattice. Only $39.95. Incredible! At Leisure Living on the corner of Covert and Highway 41.
John Gillis back deep. Haven't seen him on the offensive squad in some time. Mater Dei is going to go for the onside kick, and they've got it.
They get it.
They get it. Boy, they caught Castle sleeping on that play.
I'm a little surprised Castle didn't have the good hands people up there a little closer, because that was a natural. Of course, maybe they figured with 7 minutes that they would just try to stop them, but they've not stopped Castle defensively this half, long drives, and so that made perfect sense that they would try that.
And you can tell if they've worked on that play because the 2 further most out streakers weren't even looking at the ball until the last second, and they just grabbed it in. Both were looking straight downfield, running as hard as they could.
It looked like we hadn't worked on it.
1st and 10 for Mater Dei. Out of the shotgun, Adams will come right to Wilson. Complete for the first down. Ridden out of bounds in Castle territory.
I tell you, Castle just looks like the backs are just standing around, Warren. They had 2 people wide open. They had the receiver over here. 44 was absolutely wide open all by himself in the middle of the field. No one around him. Right now, Castle's defensive backs are really in a state of confusion, and it may cost them a football game here if they don't to get reacting and pick up the reads.
It's like you said, they automatically give the receivers a 5-yard pad, which leaves those flats wide open. Everybody's wide this time. Dump it over to a center screen, and it's complete. Pickup of about 5 or 6. I don't know if that was the primary target. I think it may have been.
Yeah, I think it was. He looked downfield and then went to him. I think he looked off the receiver at the last minute. Good play. Craig Tibbetts come over here. Of course, he got a nice block by the referee, a screen by the referee in between there.
There's Mike Gable, the offensive coordinator, works wonders with Mater Dei year after year after year. A lot of you would remember him as his stint here at Castle as the wrestling coach. Of course, works wonders with the wrestling program at Mater Dei. Adams, all the time in the world. Roberts, in his hands, intercepted.
Oh, intercepted. Good.
That'll be marked down
1 foot line.
1 yard line. Castle deep in their territory, but they got possession of the ball.
Jason Gent back there on the tip reception or interception, kind of some redemption for Jason since he got beat on the long pass over a while ago. So young man kind of stopped this one at a time when they need it. Of course, they're down there deep. Castle can't get too fancy, or Mater Dei's right back in it again. Vince Lighty in at quarterback.
I formation with Sollers and Goins. Goins will give him a little bit of breathing room on his run to the right.
John Lighty going with his son, the sophomore Vince, who's looked outstanding this year in the reserve. Last week we saw him engineer that drive against Harrison. Castle has a bright future here, Warren. The two quarterbacks look outstanding, the junior Jonathan Cobb and Vince Lighty, the sophomore.
Pickup of about a yard. Ball at about the 1.5 yard line. Goins tripped up, line of scrimmage, pickup of another yard. And the ball will be placed at about the 2 yard line where it's third down.
Yeah, it shows a lot of confidence when you put a sophomore in on the 1 foot line with only an 8-point lead. And I think Vince is very capable of that confidence.
He might be the quickest quarterback.
Yeah, he's very mobile, very mobile.
Takes the snap and gets the handoff quicker than anybody else. Now they're going to show wides left and right. Goins will go right. Picks up the first down. Well, let's see where they spot it. He'll go out of bounds, but it's going to be enough. So that takes Castle out of danger.
Oh, they're bringing up fourth down, Warren. They're saying he stepped out of bounds about 2 feet back. I'm not sure about that spot because it looked to me like he was past the pole which had been evacuated.
Castle will have to punt it away. So Mater Dei may end up in better field position than they gave way on the pass. Gillis to kick. Tandems back for Mater Dei. High kick. Shoe on the fair catch at the 39-yard line. Trying to recall where the line of scrimmage was on the interception. About at the same point, I'd say.
Yeah, they didn't lose anything on that except a couple of minutes worth of time. But again, with a quarterback like Adams, time's not a big factor.
5:08 remaining in the ball game. 20-12 the score. Adams, draw, side. Scampers forward, pickup of about 6.
He got a little help over here on the double team, and I believe maybe a little hold there with on Casey Jackson. He sure was held up there.
Mater Dei going without a huddle. Out of the shotgun. Left side, Shoe. Down inside the 25-yard line. That'll be enough for the 1st and 10. Called that kid by every name. We're not sure of the pronunciation. Shuey, Shao.
I think it's Shoe.
Shoe. Shoy. Now there's a new one.
Yeah, well.
S-C-H-E-U. Well, if the PA says Shoy, we'll go with Shoy. Mater Dei will go with the huddle. Clock winding down, under 4.5 minutes to go out of the I formation. And they'll run the option. Nowhere to go. Adams has to eat it. Loss of about 2 or 3.
Well, that was a mistake on the part of his running back. He didn't keep his 4-yard relationship back there. And when Adams went to look back to somebody to pitch, he was actually out in front of him. And John Gillis come up and put a good hit on Mr. Adams.
I'll say a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Clock now under 4 minutes. Double wides to the right, slot to the right, single back. Adams, under pressure, dumps it off to McDermott. He certainly was not the primary receiver on that. Pickup of about 2. 3rd and 9 now.
Good tackle by Casey Jackson, who smelled that one out and came back to make that with help from Rob Dieters and Gabe Merrill.
Mater Dei much more effective out of the shotgun than the short snap on pass plays. Clock now at about 3:18. See it from the line of scrimmage. Shotgun. Adams dumps it off left side. McDermott cuts it back up the middle. He'll be shy of the first down marker, and it's going to be 4th and probably about 1 here. Critical point for Mater Dei. They've got to go for it.
Now he's got just about 1 yard to go over there. Good job by Adams that time, suckering in Castle to come up with his little dump pattern over there, and got some good yardage out of it.
Here's a problem for Mater Dei. Most of their yardage has been through the air. 4th and 1. Probably going to have to run it from here in the power I. 2 tight ends. No, they're going to pass it left side. Complete and good for the first down.
Mater Dei has a lot of confidence in their passing game, and again out there to Roberts, the big tall end who has a height advantage on it. Nice play by Adams there. The good fake brought us up, and a little reverse pivot and hit him right out there in the hands.
2:20 remaining in the game now, so if Mater Dei scores, you might expect another onside. Don't believe that Mater Dei has used any of their timeouts. Draw. McDermott up the middle, down inside the 5-yard line. Actually used one of his down linemen to advance the play. Rolled off it, picked up another 2 yards.
Yep, exactly right.
2nd and 3, ball inside the 5 now. Time continues to tick off. 1:48 remaining. Mater Dei will want to save all their timeouts so that if they score here, they can use them defensively. Wide left, wide right, double slots. Handoff, McDermott hit at the line of scrimmage and maybe thrown for a loss of about 1 yard. And I think Mater Dei will be forced to use a timeout here.
Gabe Merrill stepped up that time, made a nice hit, initial hit, and then he got a lot of help over there by 2 or 3 of the Knights. Gabe reading that very well.
Wildcats will not use a timeout. And in fact, using up more time by sending the play in from the sideline.
They still have all of them left, I believe.
And we're now down to 1 minute. And they're still at least 8 to 10 seconds away from getting this next play off. Trips to the left side. Adams comes short. And
it might be a first down, though.
It's not a touchdown.
They say first down. They say 1st and 10.
1st and goal from the 1. 49 seconds. Well, now they have to go for the onside and get it. With clock now ticking down even more.
I wonder if he's playing for a tie. Hoping to get to 2 and then just go into overtime, and with his kicker hoping to win it.
Touchdown, Mater Dei. Makes it 12-18. They go for the 2 here. It's tied.
Well, Castle with some defensive lapses here on the kickoff on the onside. Now he's taking one of his timeouts. And also in the secondary on the passing plays has let Mater Dei back into this ball game.
Well, what do they do here? I think we might see the same play that they used in 4th and 1. about 6 plays ago, where they'll come out and line up in the power I, looking like they're going to power it off right tackle and use play action.
Well, with that big, tall receiver, Robertson, the sure-handedness, that's a good play. Gives him some options. And then if we cover that, this Adams kid reads the defenses real well. He may just run it in on his own, too.
Mater Dei is yet to convert either by a PAT or 2-point conversion in tonight's game. All 3 of their touchdowns make up their 18 points. Then again, Castle shuts them down here, and they've got the game won.
Well, this was a gamble, and I think, truthfully, this is what they were doing, playing to get this into a tie situation, but running that clock down, because he never used a timeout at all when he was moving down the field.
Mater Dei will play Tell City in their opening game of the tournament. Sectional traveling to Tell City. Tell City just a powerhouse this year. But I'll tell you what, Mater Dei is a very entertaining and fun to watch football team. They'll line up in the I, 2 tight ends, slot to the right. Now they're going to split back into the shotgun. Adams over the center.
Spoke it up.
Complete.
Kyle Evers in there to break that play up. And Castle, I believe, has got them a football game if they don't blow the onside kick again.
Well, you'll definitely see your hands, squad.
Now they're going out there now.
2018. As you can see, 27 seconds remaining.
We're even seeing 2 quarterbacks out there.
Flat.
Frank Will's out on the field. He's not allowed out there. Mike Goebel's out there also. They're protesting something. I don't know if they're trying to say it was interference or what it was. Steve Bagby's having no part of it. He dropped the flag.
I did not see anything that looked like interference on that play. I think it was just a real close, well-played defensive move.
Frank Will's down there crying about it. He's pretty upset. And Steve Bagby, like I say, he's having no part of it. And I can tell Frank Will from several years ago when I used to do some coaching in junior league and Steve Bagby used to do some refereeing, he's wasting his time. Big Bagby don't change his mind. But I'm like you, Warren. I didn't see anything wrong with that. I thought it was just a good defensive play.
They'll mark off the penalty called against the Mater Dei coaching staff for being on the field. That'll put the ball back at the 25. They can still get the onside by kicking the ball across the 35-yard line. And Mike Gable out there with his kickoff team asking for another timeout. So they'll use 2 of their 3.
Castle bringing in the special team coach, Coach Zwelling there. And we've got Jonathan Cobb, Tom Merrill, Kyle Evers up there who played defense. He used to be a quarterback. We've got all the people with the good hands in here this time.
Well, everybody here knows what's going to happen. And even knowing that they're going to onside the kick and having your hands team up there, anything can happen. It just depends on which way the ball bounces. And footballs are not shaped in a fashion that can predict which way they're going to go.
Not even the kicker knows for sure where it's going to go when his foot hits it.
They may try and kick this into this void area about 25 yards in and try and chase it down that way.
Be interesting.
They're going to shift everybody over to the left-hand side.
And one man staying over here.
Out of bounds.
Yeah. That's football game. That's the football game. Now Castle gets the option of taking it right there or their own 35-yard line or having him kick over, and I believe we know what that will be about.
Procedure is the call, declined, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the Mater Dei 35-yard line. So 1 snap from center and a quick kneel down, and this game is history.
Mater Dei gave a good effort up here, though, Warren. As you say, they're exciting to watch, and they take advantage of, get everything out of their players that's potentially there, plus maybe a little more.
Mater Dei will participate in the Class 2A sectionals, and IHSAA is looking at enacting new rules for parochial schools, both recruiting across state lines. As you know, Memorial has a player that comes to school from Henderson. I don't think that is anything that's really critical, if you ask me. But they're also looking at reevaluating these parochial schools and moving them up in classes, even though the male enrollment, which defines which class a team plays in. So Mater Dei next year may be playing in 3A, and Memorial may be playing in 4A. Yeah, both of them are capable, over the history of their schools of playing effectively in a class higher.
Well, I think the reasoning behind that is that based on the schedule that they play, which is mostly 4A and 5A teams.
Yeah, you don't find your parochial schools out in the small rural areas. You find them in Indianapolis, Evansville, South Bend, Fort Wayne, Gary.
Oh,
that was an unnecessary hit.
Now that should be a flag right there, and somebody sent to the Shires.
Yeah, it's not a good way to end the game. Stop the clock with 17 seconds on the penalty.
They didn't call a penalty. Oh, yeah, he was definitely down, but, boy, he took a late hit there. You hate to see that happen to your quarterback. Coach Leidy's not real happy now, and I don't blame him. Of course, this one's history now.
That's all she wrote. As you can see, time runs out. Tonight's final 20-18 in Castle's favor. Castle facing a very tough opponent next weekend as they travel to Enloe Field to tackle the Memorial Tigers. And the last score that we had at the Memorial-Harrison game had Harrison on top of Memorial. We don't know what the final was there.
That should have been a very interesting ball game down there. We've had an interesting ball game here with the Knights coming out 20-18. As you say, now they get ready for Memorial, which kicked them around pretty good in the jamboree that we saw, outscoring them about 3 touchdowns there in 2 quarters. So Castle has their work cut out for them. Then, of course, they go on into the sectional playoff against New Albany here at home the week after that.
Once again, tonight's final, 20-18 in favor of Castle. For Jack and myself, good night, everybody.